Namaskar and welcome to Sunset Television. I am Vishal Dahiya and you're watching our show House Highlights, where we bring you details of the proceedings in both houses of parliament, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, during the winter session. Let's begin with the headlines first. Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill 2020 passed in Lok Sabha. Bill seeking to regulate fertility clinics make registration mandatory under the National Registry of Banks and Clinics of India. Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Shekhawat moves Dam Safety Bill 2019 into Rajya Sabha. Discussion on the bill stalled over opposition protests on the issue of suspended MPs in the upper house. During question hour in the Lok Sabha, Union Minister Ashwani Vaishnav says 72% electrification of railway tracks complete in the country. Issue of rising LPG cylinder prices also raised in the lower house. And many reports of Parliamentary Standing Committee presented in Rajya Sabha. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu appreciates functioning of the committees. Let's now take a detailed look at what transpired in the Lok Sabha. Now, the Lok Sabha passed a bill to regulate and supervise assisted reproductive technology clinics. Passed by a voice vote, the Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill 2020 seeks to regulate and supervise assisted reproductive technology, that is ART clinics, and assisted reproductive technology banks. It further aims to prevent the misuse of assisted reproductive technology services. Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya also moved various amendments to the bill based on recommendations made by a parliamentary committee. He said the bill would help prevent misuse of the technology and ensure safe and ethical ART practices.
ART सर्विस किसको लेना है, किसको नहीं लेना चाहिए, उसके लिए एज भी कोई ना कोई फिक्स होनी चाहिए, ये भी नहीं है। और जो डोनर है उसको जब ओवम लेना है उस वक्त उसको जो ट्रीटमेंट करनी पड़ती है, हार्मोन्स ट्रीटमेंट करनी पड़ती है, इसलिए कभी महिला का हेल्थ पर नेगेटिव इफेक्ट हो जाती है। और जैसा मैंने बताया, ऐसे कोई महिला का मृत्यु भी हो जाता है, उसका इंश्योरेंस हो, ये भी बहुत आवश्यक होता है। इसलिए उसका इंश्योरेंस हो, इसलिए भी हमने उसमें व्यवस्था की है। और उसमें जब हम इस प्रैक्टिस का उपयोग करके कोई माँ बनना चाहते हैं तो कितना एम्ब्रियो ले, ये भी रेगुलेट करना बहुत आवश्यक है। क्योंकि एम्ब्रियो 2-3 एक साथ में लेके 2 बच्चे हो जाए, 3 बच्चे हो जाए, ऐसी भी कोई भावना पूर्ण करने की कोशिश करे तो ये भी उचित नहीं होगा। इसलिए भी उसमें व्यवस्था की गई है। और अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिस के लिए यहाँ कई सम्मानीय सदस्यों ने अपना विषय उठाया कि आप उसमें जेल की सज़ा नहीं होनी चाहिए। हम ऐसी कोई अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिस करें उसको तो बख्श नहीं सकते। हम ऐसा कोई कानून नहीं बना सकते जिसमें ऐसा फ्रॉड करके, सभी के लिए डॉक्टर को इज्जत करते हैं हम, कोई हर डॉक्टर ये कर लेगा ऐसा नहीं है। जैसा यहाँ उल्लेख हुआ कि इस स्थिति में डॉक्टरों ने देश को कोविड क्राइसिस में बचाया, डॉक्टरों ने मदद की है। आज से नहीं, सदियों से यहाँ डॉक्टर का हम सम्मान करते हैं। लेकिन ऐसी कोई अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिस को हम कभी इजाज़त नहीं दे सकते। इस दृष्टि से इस कानून में उसमें सज़ा का प्रावधान किया गया है। यहाँ विषय उठाया गया कि सभी को हर महिला को माँ बनने का अधिकार आप नहीं छीन सकते हैं, हम नहीं छीनना चाहते हैं। और हम हर महिला माँ बन सके, इसलिए आपने जो सुझाव दिया था वो सुझाव को हमने माना भी है। सिंगल मैन के सिवा सभी को 21 ईयर एबव महिला है और सिंगल है तो वो हो सकती है। और मैन को तो आज हम गोद देने के लिए भी, कोई अकेले मैन पुरुष को गोद लेने के लिए भी प्रावधान नहीं है। इसलिए कोई महिला 21 ईयर एबव है तो उसके लिए भी ये छुट्टी है, उसको भी प्रतिबंधित हम नहीं रख रहे हैं।
Earlier, initiating the discussion on the bill, Union Minister Mansukh Mandaviya spoke about IVF and other reproductive technologies available in India. Karthi Chidambaram, MP from Tamil Nadu, who was the first to speak on the bill, called the Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill discriminatory. Other members, cutting across party lines, also took part in the discussion.
LGBTQ population, live-in couples, single men must also have access to this technology if they choose to be fathers. Sir, this law is discriminatory. This law violates Article 14 of the Constitution, as well as the Puttaswamy judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. The liberty of procreation and choice of family life are an intrinsic aspect of fundamental right to privacy. Every individual who is mentally and physically fit to be a parent and financially able to do must be able to avail these technologies, and you cannot discriminate people by the lifestyle choices they make and deny them access to this technology. You take away the right of an individual to decide how they want to choose to be a donor or not. This again has to be looked at. The minister needs to address this issue, needs to definitely give an answer on why only married women who has had a child, and that child has to be 3 years old, only then they can be a donor of the egg.
Reproductive technology bill, it addresses an array of issues that have been observed in the practices which are prevailing in India. Bill provides for eligibility criteria for couples who want to avail the benefits of assisted reproductive technology, and eligibility criteria for those who are rendering services related to assisted reproductive technology. It also mandates for proper registration of the ART clinics, of the ART banks, to enhance scrutiny of their functioning by authorities constituted by government under this act. Now, sir, the objectives of the bill is the bill seeks to regulate the assisted reproductive technology services, including the IVF, that is in vitro fertilization, egg retrieval, embryo transfer, and surrogacy, among many other assisted reproductive technologies. The bill was drafted with an objective number 1, regularizing the registration of the ART clinics and the ART banks, regularizing the age and other criteria for couples who are looking to avail for the benefits of ART, specifying the number of embryos to be planted to the uterus of women, disallowing sex selection at every stage of the assisted reproductive technology process, and ensuring penal provisions for unethical practices in the ART.
National board or the state board, we are not mentioning who is going to be the member. We, with due respect to the administrator, with due respect to the officers who are going to be members of the board, I would like to say that they have no knowledge about these equipments, they have no knowledge about the science, they have no knowledge how to do this. So if they don't themselves know and understand the procedure of the science, how are they going to catch hold of that erring clinic? Who is doing wrong, who is cheating the patient, and who is actually doing AID and telling them that I have done you ICSI? And this bill has to be changed completely. It has to go to scrutiny, and the board must be manned by people who know the subject. The bank has to be completely abolished unless it is associated with an IVF laboratory, manned by people who know the subject, who are not actually pathologists. I'm not trying to demean the pathologist. If a pathologist has been working on IVF for 30 years, welcome. If an honorable gynecologist has been working on IVF for 30 years, welcome. Otherwise, every gynecologist is not an IVF specialist because it is not taught in our MBBS or MD curriculum. You have to give thought to all these things before we come up with the bill and pass it.
The bill provides that every ART clinic and bank must be registered under the National Registry of Banks and Clinics of India. The National Registry will be established under the bill and will act as a central database with the details of all ART clinics and banks in the country. State governments will appoint registration authorities for facilitating the registration process also. Chairperson, sir, and the rights of a child born through ART, a child born through ART will be deemed to be a biological child of the commissioning couple and will be entitled to the rights and privileges available to a natural child of the commissioning couple. A donor will not have any parental rights over the child. So these are the few regularization points.
1985-86 के दौरान पूरे विश्व में 10 लाख से ज़्यादा बच्चों का जन्म हुआ। ART का विस्तार हुआ, लेकिन यह टेक्नोलॉजी काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव है। विश्व स्तर पर विकासशील देशों में मात्र 18 से 40% ही इसकी सफलता है। इसलिए मेरा यह सुझाव सरकार को है कि इसके कॉस्ट को भी इफेक्टिवली रेगुलेट किया जाए, ताकि आम आदमी, गरीब परिवार को भी इस टेक्नोलॉजी का लाभ मिल सके।
जैसा कि हम सभी को ज्ञात है कि इस बिल के पास हो जाने के उपरांत राष्ट्रीय व राज्य स्तर का बोर्ड गठन किया जाना है और उन बोर्डों के कार्यप्रणाली तथा दायित्व को निर्वहन के संबंध में विधित किया गया है। मेरा सरकार से सुझाव है कि केंद्र सरकार द्वारा बनने वाला इस संबंधित बोर्ड में अनुसूचित जाति, अनुसूचित जनजाति के सदस्यों को भी प्रतिनिधि के रूप में अवश्य रखा जाए। साथ ही यह सेलेक्ट कमेटी के प्रस्ताव के राज्य में तीन महिला विशेषज्ञों के सदस्य के रूप में रखा जाए।
There is a pre-implementation genetic testing. Now, will you be allowing this? Now, the technical part of pre-implementation genetic testing is, this is not for sex determination, but it is for disease determination. So, what is the government's line? Or what would the Mantralaya would like to propose, that if we get this testing done for any child or any parent, they do not clearly want to give birth to a child who could be deformed, because the life of the parent and the child is not necessarily good. We don't even know how long the child will live. Normally, it would be either Down syndrome or epilepsy, cerebral palsy. There are so many issues parents go through. So is there a chance that we could add this as an extension? I think I'd even like Kakoli Ghosh and Satyavati ji to throw light on this later on and tell us and explain to us whether this kind of technology, because this bill seems to be silent on disease control. So can you guide us on how we can take this forward?
मैडम, बिल में ऐसे कपल्स को शामिल नहीं किया गया है जैसे कि इंटरफेथ और इंटरकास्ट जोड़े। मैडम, नॉर्मली हिंदुस्तान में इंटरफेथ और इंटरकास्ट जोड़े जहां पर शादियां ऐसी होती हैं, वहां पर इनको अपने फेथ से या इनको अपने कास्ट से अलग कर दिया जाता है, इनको त्याग दिया जाता है। तो इनको कहां से करीबी रिश्तेदार मिलेंगे? अगर ये माँ बाप बनना चाहें तो उनके परिवार लोग ही उनके साथ नहीं है, तो ये कहां से सरोगेसी के लिए किसी माँ को चुनेंगे? कोई लेडी आगे आएंगी उनके परिवार से जो इनको सरोगेसी में मदद करे। There is a valid point to think on this.
Permitting medical tourism and access for foreigners changes the economic of the ART market. In the absence of precising regulation for ART clinics and banks, these organizations will continue to grow unbridled, such that only the wealthiest can access ART, excluding millions from non-allied socio-economic groups who aspire to form families. Meanwhile, women who provision reproductive materials and labor will continue to be devalued, uncompensated and unprotected as underground markets for egg donors and surrogacy thrive.
60 मिलियन जो कपल्स हैं जो अभी भी पेरेंट्स होने के लिए इच्छुक हैं, ऐसे फैमिलीज के लिए, ऐसे कपल्स के लिए हम लोगों ने ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए जो रूरल एरिया में है या फिर ट्राइबल एरियाज़ में जो गरीब लोग रहते हैं। हमारे पास बहुत सारे इश्यूज आते हैं। बड़े लोग बड़े शहरों में कर पाते हैं, पर हम जिस क्षेत्र से बिलोंग करते हैं, अमरावती या विदर्भ या महाराष्ट्र के ऐसे जो पिछड़े इलाके हैं जहाँ पे कोई किसान है या मजदूर है, हाथ मजदूर है, ऐसी फैमिलीज के लिए अवेयरनेस लाना और सरकारी योजना लाना जिसके माध्यम से वो अपने आप को पेरेंट्स बना सकें, ऐसे लिए इजी और एक्सेस अमाउंट से हम उन्हें क्या मदद कर सकते हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रखता है उन्हें पेरेंट्स बनाने के लिए।
Earlier in the day, Lok Sabha proceedings were adjourned till noon amid continuous protests by members of the TRS over issues relating to farmers. The members shouted a slogan and displayed placards over farmers' issues in the well of the House during question hour. Speaker Om Birla told the members it was not the right thing to do and emphasized that the question hour was important.
आपके इश्यू पे मैंने आपके कल नेता को बोलने का पर्याप्त समय, पर्याप्त अवसर दिया है। ये सदन में आपका तरीका न्यायोचित नहीं है। इस तरीके से सदन नहीं चलने वाला कि कुछ सदस्य, मान्य सदस्य पूरे सदन का वैधान करें। सदन गरिमा से चलता है, शालीनता से चलता है। आपको मैंने पूरा विषय उठाने का कल समय दिया था। आप नारेबाजी करने आए, तख्तियां लेके आए यहां पर। यह गलत तरीका है आपका, गलत तरीका है। मैं सभी सदन से आग्रह करना चाहता हूं, ऐसे गलत तरह के परंपराओं परिपाटियों को हमें रोकने के लिए सामूहिक प्रयास करना चाहिए।
In Lok Sabha, 4 questions along with supplementaries were taken up during question hours on Wednesday that went on nearly half an hour. The DMK MP saw details of rural households covered under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan in Tamil Nadu. In replying to a question on electrification of railway tracks, the Minister Ashwani Vaishnav said work is progressing on schedule and 72% is complete. YSR Congress MP also raised the issue of LPG cylinder prices.
To provide details of the digital literacy program called Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Sakshara Abhiyan. In this regard, can you please provide the details of the rural households covered under this program and whether marginalized sections have been enrolled?
Out of the total about 5.36 crore candidates, the sections, the marginalized sections covered are 67,88,527 families from the SC category, 29,26,211 from the ST category, 1,85,71,710 in the women category, differently abled 586 to 291.
GE was asked to set up a diesel locomotive factory in Bihar in 2014, and as per the government decision, Indian Railways will buy 1,000 diesel locomotives from it over 10 years. What is your reaction? Whether the agreement that has been signed between Indian Railways and GE are supposed to be scrapped or it will be continued on? If it is continued on, what kind of compensation you are ready to offer to GE? And second thing, the target for 2020 will have been fulfilled or not? What is your present status of electrification across the country?
Sir, Honorable LOP has asked 3 questions in one question. I'll come to the present status of the progress, sir. As on 1st November 2021, out of the 64,689 route kilometers of broad gauge, 46,776 route kilometers have already been electrified, Honorable Speaker, sir, which is 72% of the entire target which we have kept for completing within 2022. In last year itself, sir, the progress was huge. More than about 6,000 kilometers have been taken up.
Several matters of public importance were also raised during zero hour in Lok Sabha. MPs discussed the issues related to inflation, COVID-19 situation, and also raised the demand to bring a law on the MSP, and some MPs also sought the opening up of universities.
No trains are running permanently between Pollachi and Coimbatore since March 2021 till date. Thousands of government employees, private employees, traders, college, school students, general public were daily using the train service between Pollachi and Coimbatore before the COVID-19 pandemic. So we kindly request the railway to immediately restart the train.
Tamil Nadu accounts for the 1/3 of the country's textile trade. The government exports in India have been hit hard by the sharp rise in the yarn price. If the price yarn is not controlled, then many companies in the textiles industries, the second largest in the country, will be the force of the close to job loss will be huge.
I would like to raise an important issue of my constituency regarding railways. Is the Gunpur-Tiruvallur rail line, for which is pending for many days because there is a disagreement between the state government and central government on the financing of it. I would request that this project should be approved at the earliest and a committee should be set up where the state government, the railway ministry and the MP, we can be involved and revive the project.
On behalf of the paddy farmers of Telangana, we demand that the entire Kharif paddy that has come into the market now must be procured immediately.
I request Honorable Civil Aviation Minister to appoint a special officer for speedy implementation of MRO Center and Logistic Park project in Tirupati Airport and also increase an airport connectivity to Tirupati International Airport under UDAN scheme.
हवाई अड्डे जो देश भर के भीतर हैं, उन्हें जो ठंड के मौसम में जो कैट 3 व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए, जिस प्रकार से जो यंत्र लगने चाहिए, उन यंत्रों के नहीं लगाए जाने के कारण लो विजिबिलिटी टेक ऑफ्स नहीं हो पाते हैं और परिणाम स्वरूप ये सभी विमान लेट होते हैं और देश भर के लाखों पैसेंजर्स को इसकी कठिनाई का सामना करना पड़ता है।
The stories of the families of those who died due to COVID is highly pathetic, and they have lost their breadwinners and consequently were pushed to severe financial distress. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the central government to provide proper compensation to rehabilitate them.
Earlier in the day, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla welcomed a delegation from Mongolian Parliament in the lower house. The delegation viewed the day's proceedings from the gallery.
आज सदन में विशिष्ट दीर्घा में मंगोलिया के संसदीय प्रतिनिधिमंडल के सदस्य विराजमान हैं। मैं अपनी ओर से सदन के सभी माननीय सदस्यों की ओर से भारत की यात्रा पर आए सम्मानित अतिथि मंगोलिया की स्टेट ग्रेट हुरल संसद के अध्यक्ष महामहिम श्री गोम्बोजो जंगल शहर और वहाँ के संसदीय प्रतिनिधिमंडल के सदस्यों का स्वागत करता हूँ, अभिनंदन करता हूँ।
Let's take a short break here, and on the other side, we'll bring you details of the proceedings in Rajya Sabha as well. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's now take a look at what happened in the upper house on Wednesday. Now, proceedings of the Rajya Sabha were stalled due to protests by the opposition parties. The House, however, conducted formal business. Several ministers tabled papers pertaining to various ministries as well. Many reports of the department-related parliamentary standing committees were presented. Also presented was the report on the action taken by the government on recommendations of the Committee on Air Pollution in Delhi and NCR. Chairman Naidu appreciated the committee members for their functioning.
I rise to present 10 reports in English and Hindi of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Science and Technology, Environment, Forests and Climate Change. 1. 348th report on action taken by the government on recommendations, observations contained in 316th report on air pollution in Delhi and National Capital Region. 349th report on the action taken by the government on the recommendations, observations contained in 324th report on status of forests in India. 350th report on the action taken by the government on the recommendations, observations contained in 325th report on an expanded role for the Department of Atomic Energy in cancer treatment in India through an enlarged network of the Tata Memorial Center. 351st report on the action taken by the government on the recommendation, observations contained in 341st report on the demands for grants 202122 of the Department of Atomic Energy. 352nd report on the action taken by the government on the recommendations, observations contained in 342nd report on the demands for grant 2021-22 of the Department of Biotechnology. 353rd report on the action taken by the department on the recommendation, observations contained in 343rd report on the demands for grant 202122 of the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. 354th report on the action taken by the department on the recommendation, observations contained in 344th report on the demands for grant 2021-22 of the Department of Science and Technology. 355th report on the action taken by the department on the recommendations, observations contained in 345th report on the demands for grants 2021-22 of the Department of Space. 356th report on the action taken by the government on the recommendation, observations contained in 346th report on the demands for grants 2021-22 of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and 357th report on the action taken by the government on the recommendations, observations contained in 347th report on the demands for grant 2021-22 of the Ministry of Earth Sciences.
Good. 10 reports.
Thank you, sir.
I compliment the chairman and the members of the committee and hope that everybody
Thank you, sir.
does this.
Soon after the House completed formal business, opposition party members held protests on several issues. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu urged members to allow the House to function. He reminded them that Parliament is a pillar of democracy and parliamentarians have an immense responsibility towards keeping it strong.
It's a sacrilege of the House, I have said. There is no remorse. There is no remorse of the members who have really insulted parliamentary system, coming to the well of the House, climbing on the table, throwing the papers, snatching papers from the minister, and then also here challenging the chair, doing everything which is unparliamentary, undemocratic, and they have no remorse. What can we do?
Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Shekhawat moved Dam Safety Bill 2019 in Rajya Sabha amid sloganeering by opposition MPs in the upper house.
मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि बांध संबंधी विफलता से संबंधित आपदाओं के निवारण के लिए विनिर्दिष्ट बांधों की निगरानी, निरीक्षण, प्रचालन और अनुरक्षण का उपबंध करने और उसके सुरक्षित कार्यक्रम को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए संस्थागत क्रियाविधि और उससे संबंधित या उनके आनुषंगिक विषयों का उपबंध करने वाले विधेयक को पुनः स्थापित करने की अनुमति दी जाए.
Jose K. Mani of the Kerala Congress M took oath as a member of the Rajya Sabha on Wednesday. Mani was elected to the upper house earlier this week in a by-poll from Kerala. The by-poll was prompted by Mani's resignation from the Rajya Sabha after he joined the Left Democratic Front, leaving the UDF. Mani's tenure in the upper house will end in 2024.
Jose K. Mani, having been elected a member of the Council of States, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
That's all we have in this edition of House Highlights. We'll come back again tomorrow with the details of the proceedings in both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Till then, keep watching Sunset Television. Thank you.